Hi, my name's Alex Jones Hall. I'm one of the directors and the co-founders of the Thames Valley Awards and Southwest Awards as well. Today, we're meeting up with the judges who are making their final choice and who their winners are going to be. Can you believe over 2,000 nominations we've had this year, and we've been able to get the shortlist down to just under 300 nominations. And the judges have took nearly 280 hours deciding who their winners are going to be, 8 judges in total. It's been an incredibly difficult year. We're going to hear what the judges have got to say in a moment. However, I want to really encourage you to book your tickets for next Thursday's virtual awards ceremony. It's going to be an incredible night of celebration. We're going to be celebrating you, and we're going to have live entertainment. We've got 2 incredible performers that are performing for you. We've got a wonderful keynote speaker, Dame Steve Shirley. She changed her name from Stephanie to Steve to win contracts. She made 70 of her staff millionaires, and she's also given away £68 million worth of money to charity. An incredible woman. We're going to be hearing from her story. We're also going to be able to hear from the winners. So if you win an award on Thursday, make sure you're dressed up, because you will have an opportunity to record an acceptance speech with some of our journalists, and we're going to be sharing that video after the award ceremony. You're also going to be able to network. So you'll be able to meet the judges, you'll be able to network with all the other nominees and the sponsors that are going to be attending the awards, and you will also be able to meet journalists. We've got national journalists attending, we've got editors of publications, so you'll be able to come and share your story and hopefully get featured in some national business publications. It's going to be an incredible night. Make sure you join us. And if you want a celebration box sent to your home, you need to buy a ticket by this Friday. Otherwise, we cannot guarantee that it'll get to your home. The celebration box is going to have some incredible stuff packed into them, and will really help you enjoy the night on the 29th of April. Let's hear what our judges have had to say about this year's nominee. I'm joined by some of the judges of this year's Thames Valley and Southwest Business Awards. Some judges obviously couldn't attend today's meeting, but I just want to go around all of the judges to give you some little bit of feedback about some of the nominations that we have received. I'm going to start off with Anita. Anita, tell us about your judging experience and some of the nominations and how difficult you found it this year.
Well, I've been involved with the awards now for I think 4 or 5 years, and the caliber this year really is outstanding. There's so many achievements. It's how do you pick? So we've had a really tough job, and I'm really looking forward to chatting with my fellow judges today to make our final decisions. But congratulations to everyone that's won. Your work is amazing. Keep up the good work, and if we can get through the last year, we can get through anything.
Incredible. Lynsey, what would you say? What would your feedback be to all the nominees and all the shortlisted nominees?
So this was my first year as a judge, and the amount of times that I sat and was like, wow. I don't think I've said wow so many times. The nominations were just amazing. The things that people have done through the pandemic to help their communities, some of them have just gone way above and beyond. And business-wise, they've just seen massive growth, whereas obviously others have struggled. So it was really good to read all the nominations. It took me so long because it was so difficult to pick who deserved to win. So yeah, it'd be good today for us to all go through who we've chosen and see if everybody's in agreement. But well done to everybody that was nominated. So well deserved.
And Jacynth, you're a new judge as well. Tell us about your experience.
Yeah, absolutely new. And I do want to begin by saying well done to all of the entrants and to those who were nominated. They were amazing. There were so many. And what I really loved is that they were so diverse. So we didn't have lots of this or lots of that. They were all incredibly diverse. And the response to COVID came through in so many of them. It wasn't just about those that were just in the COVID category. You could see how organizations have pivoted, have changed, have responded to COVID from a business perspective, but also that the human element, that that kind of connection with where people are at this time, particularly with their mental, physical health, the disadvantages. So they were absolutely phenomenal. And picking just 3 in some categories was quite hard to do because everybody was so well deserving. So yeah, brilliant.
Jackie, you're a seasoned judge. You've been judging every year as well. And tell us about how you found this year particularly difficult.
Well, I set off with this enormous set of nominations, and in previous years, there's kind of quite often, whilst they've all been brilliant, there's quite often been a few standouts, which, you know, whilst your job is still difficult, it helps a bit. So I set off quite optimistically and thinking, oh, wow, you know, that's really stand out. That's really stand out. And then you get to the end of all the nominations in that category and you think, well, they're all stand out. What do I do now? So, and yes, it is quite difficult, you know, doing it on your own without, you know, kind of bouncing, well, what do you think about? So I am expecting us all to have made quite different choices because the standard is so high and everybody deserves to win. And like the others, it wasn't just the COVID categories. The way these people have diversified and come through the awful year that we've had is amazing, just amazing.
I mean, none of you judges, and also we've got other judges that can't attend today's session, none of you have spoken to each other. None of you know the other choice that you've made. I've obviously been calculating all the information this morning, and you'll be quite shocked. You've all made very similar choices, which is really, really good. Sandra, tell us about your experience of judging as well.
Well, I am a new judge here, so thank you for letting me have the honour of doing this. I've got lots of experience with staff awards and corporate awards, and I'm used to doing this kind of thing. But I just echo everybody else's sentiments in terms of, you know, the standards were so high. It was very, very difficult to choose from. But the thing for me, which shocked me so much, is I can't believe how emotional I became in reading some of these human connections that were made and some of these kind of passionate people that they just decided to throw themselves in. So although we were judging business categories, it was so difficult to choose between compassionate acts and human kindness, you know, and also, you know, balancing that out with, you know, good business mindset. So that's what I found completely challenging. And I don't think I've ever been so humbled. I mean, you know, if anybody needs to kind of get to the real world, they should read some of our applications because they were just absolutely amazing.
Christina, obviously you've been a seasoned judge. You've judged every single year, the past 5 years. Tell us about your experience.
Well, this was the most difficult ever, and I've got to say, and I think, you know, without any spin on any of it, everybody that was shortlisted has to be a winner. I was getting to the point where not only the actual winner, but my person that I put forward as a runner-up, I was having to juggle between two and three people for the runner-up, and when I selected one, I was looking at the other two and thinking, I can't reject them. What can I do? And having to reread and reread. Why is this one better than the other? And it was such a challenge. And what I was so impressed with, you know, UK has really stepped forward in the science arena this year with COVID and all of our technology and our scientists. And when I started reading how our businesses have produced global solutions for pharmaceutical industry, for food, for logistics, our guys really, and I really felt proud to be British and thought, yeah, this is what our guys are doing in all corners of the Britain. Real good businesses. And not only were they taking science and taking it internationally, but they were bringing on their team, they were promoting their team, building a great culture in their organization. So I've got to say, yeah, it was a real challenge to look at the business cases. In my mind, I separated two categories. We had those that we were looking at from a business point of view. So they had to have the financial element, they had to have good employee engagement and feel good factor, plus also great products and a good plan and strategy. But then we came onto the community and the charity and how people had contributed. And I agree with you, Sandra. That's where your heart comes out. You think, my gosh, these are human people who are powerhouses, just really pushing themselves forward at a time when we're all trying to struggle and manage ourselves as individuals and think about our business. People just out there in the community. The world of things that went on was untrue. So I've got to say, if for those that don't get selected, you are my winner, and really, we want to promote you in the media, whatever way we can, for everybody that was shortlisted, because you're all diamonds in there.
Yeah, and then the point I'd like to make as well to everybody, that when you actually look at, even though the shortlist was some categories were quite big, some of the categories, like for example, Business of the Year for Thames Valley, we'd had over 100 nominations. New Startup for the Southwest, we had 127 nominations this year. So even though the shortlists were high, to shortlist out of 127 high caliber nominations is incredible. So if anybody has been shortlisted today, it's an incredible achievement to have been shortlisted out of such a high volume of nominations. Now, obviously, the awards ceremony, we're looking forward to that. It's going to be virtual, and we're going to be broadcasting from a film studio. All of the winners won't be able to give any acceptance speeches as live as the award is announced, but there is going to be journalists, and they are going to get their acceptance speech recorded on the night. How important is it to attend the actual award ceremony, guys?
You've got to be there. It's not it's an opportunity you can't miss to connect with other people and really showcase what you're doing. So you can't not be in the room.
Well, also, if you're an award winner, and don't forget, we've just spoken about people who are exemplars, business professionals. We've all lived our life this year online, so we should be in this space. We're talking about people who have stepped up, made a difference, and been prepared to do things differently. So this year is no different. They need a presence.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to dress up, show up, and be proud.
Absolutely, I agree.
And have a bit of a celebration, and also give back to the charity, which is incredible. Quite often, and Christina, Jackie, and Anita will know this. At the awards, some people don't attend because they don't actually think they can be a winner. And as much as we say, make sure you're there. Make sure we obviously can't tell people they've won, but you need to have a presence there in case your name is called out.
And also to listen to why other people have won, what they've done, because that gives you an idea for next year when you apply.
Yeah.
Next year, I want that in my application.
Yeah.
So, there's always something to learn in any of these forums and platforms, and especially at an awards ceremony. I've learned so much through my judging time. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
I've learned so much as well through reading the nominations.
Just through reading.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've taken so many things away.
Yeah.
I also would say all of you judges are going to be there as well, so they're going to get to meet you. So, they're going to be networking. They're going to meet the judges. They can get feedback on their nominations as well at the award ceremony.
Yeah.
Compared to other award schemes, I would suggest that the fact that this is business and community, we have a lot more ethical businesses. That's at the forefront, and that's really a wonderful thing to see, that whether COVID has made people change their mindset a little bit more, but the level of comms that were in those applications, people really demonstrating what they were doing in their community, was fantastic, and we haven't seen that quite the same before.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, judges, for all of your hard work. I think over 280 hours combined really is what we're putting to all the judging. And we look forward to meeting everybody at the awards ceremony next Thursday.
Great.
Thank you.